It's the NFL on EA Sports, and we are a mile high at Broncos Stadium in Denver, Colorado.
Y'all already know what time it is, huh? Playing skill, you did. Ice on the wrist, car on the wrist, hole in the wrist, watch out flip, watch out whip, I'm in the whip, hole in the wrist, I never switch, ice on the wrist, car on the wrist, hole in the wrist, watch out flip, watch out whip, I'm in the whip, hole in the wrist, I never switch, ice on the wrist, I get the money but I never switch. They saying you switch 'cause you won't get it. You know they came from the bottom and now we is lit. You was lit, I gotta get it, I gotta get it. You hating 'cause I on the wrist. Why bet you wanna be fat?
From the site that many call the loudest in the NFL, we are inside Arrowhead Stadium here in Kansas City. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle with the Denver Broncos. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Hello. You can't block me. Easy.
On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. That one caught by Tyreek Hill. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. To throw, it's Mahomes. Throw left side, taken in by Hill. 2 plays, 2 catches. You have a feeling they're going to look for him early and often, and that's to be expected. You got a player of his caliber, why not?
And I think it's also a message from them to the defense that you're not going to dictate to us what we're going to do with one of our better players, because so often you hear about defenses saying we're going to take away what you do best. In this case, they're going to move him around, find proper matchups, and make sure they continue to funnel the ball to him.
Now a nice play defensively on 1st down as this is knocked away and incomplete. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Big stop, D.
Now it's Mahomes again. And going deep for Hill. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Bryce Callahan. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. Flacco going to bring up the Broncos 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. Now Flacco. Well, he's going to take a shot right away. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
2nd and 10. Flacco once more. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked by Kimball Fuller. And he will score. Touchdown, Kansas City.
Now, that was a beautiful play. A pick six. How would you punctuate something like that, partner?
What do you mean, with an exclamation mark?
Exclamation mark, a big word. What would you do with that?
Ampersand?
I like it.
Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Flacco right back to work after the pick six. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards. Well, maybe that'll help him settle back into a groove after the interception on the first drive here, picking up the first to start drive number 2.
And it is just starting over, isn't it? Sometimes it's just how you have to do it. You have to erase things from your mind. Don't worry about what happened before, because over the course of the game, the good players
through an opening, and there he goes. And all the way home for a Bronco score. Noah Fant, 64 yards, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Extra point from McManus is good, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away.
Good work, boys. Let's go. Let's go.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. They had the interception last drive, led to the tying touchdown, so 7-7 the score as they begin 1st and 10. A run on first down, but it's not going to get them much, maybe a yard, and that's all. On the stop that time, it was Josie Jewell.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
Switch it. Yellow.
Shotgun snap to Mahomes. And Hill with it over the middle. 12 yards there and a first down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. From the gun, it's Mahomes. And the Broncos get there and take him down. Von Miller doing what he does best with a sack.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Here's Mahomes to throw. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on first down. Then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back. But it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
Well, Mahomes can't get away, and down he goes. The sack there by Bradley Chubb.
Well, this is what happens when you get behind the chains, as people like to say. When you have obvious passing situations, hard to vary it up and fool a defense.
And you hate those situations if you're an O-lineman, right?
Oh, without a doubt, because you just know they're coming, and you never know exactly how. They can be exotic in their blitzes, or their athletic ability just takes over.
Colquitt on to kick as he sends it away. Fielded at the 33. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And the Broncos take over. 1st down and 10. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown. Now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display. I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Throwing again on second down. Flacco under a heavy rush, and down he goes. These two teams all tied after one. Broncos football as we begin quarter number 2 as they face a difficult 3rd and 12 coming up. Now after the sack, Flacco and the Broncos come up 3rd and long. 3rd down. Flacco needs a decent chunk of yardage. He'll let this thing go for Sanders. And that is incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Now look at this, 4th and 12, and they're going to line up to go for it. Rolling the dice on 4th, Flacco. He's got his 6'5 receiver, that's Tim Patrick. A defensive breakdown allows a pickup of 16 on 4th down. Flacco from the gun.
Brandon, I have one word for you after that.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And the return stops at the 39-yard line. Well, let's have some fun while we have a minute here. Fantasy drafts are in full swing. I know I've got my family fantasy draft coming up, Charles. Who would be your top 3 picks? I know that you're a noted fantasy football expert, so who would you take?
Well, you've got to start with guys who are going to touch the football and put it in the end zone, right? You got to score points. How about Saquon Barkley with the Giants? You know he's going to run it. He's going to catch it. When they get desperate, they may actually have him return it as well. Alvin Kamara is an absolute matchup nightmare for everyone. And Christian McCaffrey, did he ever come off the field last year? And, you know, this guy, he's a threat to be a 1,000-yard runner and a 1,000-yard receiver, as is Kamara. So this is going to be fun to watch. I can't wait to see those guys do their thing, but there are plenty of other guys out there, too. If Zeke comes along, you got to take him. Melvin Gordon, if they both come to camp, we'll see how that works out. How about Todd Gurley and his health? Because, boy, when he touches the ball, great things usually happen.
And then wondering, someone like Le'Veon Bell took the year off, now a new offense, but if he starts going like he used to, he's obviously going to be a good one.
Fresh legs is what you're counting on with Le'Veon Bell and a fresh start in New York with the Jets. And if you're looking for an exciting rookie, remember this. Kyler Murray's going to get the ball from the first snap, and they're going to leave him in there throughout. And as long as he stays healthy, he's going to pitch it around the park a bunch. Don't be surprised if he gets a little love, too.
And this is caught by Watkins. Mahomes to the former Rams, Sammy Watkins for the Kansas City first. Now a first down carry here from McCoy. Oh, he's got some breathing room. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. That one 28 yards on the ground. Mahomes now on first down. Looking right side, and that's complete to Watkins. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit them, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal. Now McCoy. And he gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4. Second and goal from inside the 5. Mahomes now to throw. This is caught by Hill for a Chiefs touchdown. 4 yards on the touchdown grab. And the Chiefs have taken the lead. On those slants, everything happens so quickly. What makes it work?
The timing between the passer and the receiver. In this case, a slant route. Ordinarily, it's probably about 3 steps before you go on the slant. In this amount of time, I think it was a 2-step deal. Boom, put his foot in the ground and got inside for the pass.
Got inside for the pass, got inside for the catch and the score. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They trail a one-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. That one goes for 24 yards.
Well, as this game continues to evolve in the NFL, you know how much coaches love run after catch, but you know what they love even more? Completions.
Yeah, just holding on to the ball.
Catch it, cover it, tuck it away. Whatever you get after that is almost gravy. That's how a lot of these receivers are being taught now.
Mike spot. Roger, 5-0. Mike spot 4. Check right. Mike's 54. Mike. Hey, Foxtrot. Hey,
They look to throw on 1st and 10 with Flacco. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Snags it for the pick. Philip Lindsay, the intended target. So that is 3 interceptions now in this first half, and you hate to ask the question, but here, let's be honest, we're thinking about it. Do you need to go in a different direction next series?
Potentially. We know that he's probably not going to be on the Pro Bowl ballot. That's not really his stature here, but he has been their starting quarterback for this game. So they got to weigh things about who's behind him. Do they think he can snap it back into gear? Maybe change up the play calling to help him out a little bit.
On 1st down, Mahomes sliding out of the pocket. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. They'll try and run it with McCoy. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal. They'll try again with McCoy. And I think they stopped him again. They did at the 1-yard line. Now the Broncos going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Third down and goal. This Denver defense trying to hold up for one more play. Working from the gun, Mahomes. That's complete right around the 8. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. A 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. CD, it seemed like they were so focused on the guys out wide, they forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point because you've got to communicate, and oftentimes when you start counting receivers, that's exactly what you do. You start from the widest receiver, work your way inside. Who gets lost sometimes? The back in the backfield. That's exactly what happened there.
And he got into the end zone. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You could never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Flacco looks to throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they did incompletions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the first down, guess what?
Well, the Chiefs are going to get him.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. A terrific return. 30 yards all in all. And the Chiefs will have excellent field position here as they take over. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now here's Mahomes. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. Well, those two have hooked up for a touchdown once already in this game, that time unable to find the completion.
Yeah, it just appeared they wanted to get him out into open space and try and get him the football. As you mentioned, unable to connect.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Right, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well. The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on 4th. Mahomes throwing on 4th. Flush to his right. Airs it out toward the corner of the end zone. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining. Andy Reid went for it, but it won't pan out. And the Broncos will take over on downs. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup. But how will the head coach and his staff approach halftime? Will it be angry? Will it be clinical? Will they be calm? Will they just let it all out? Who knows? I'd love to be a fly on the wall for this one, though.
Forced out to his left. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From the gun, Flacco. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. So after the INT, here's Mahomes. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just 1 target in the first half. Incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target in the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him, though. Find him. Find him.
Now a throw for the All-Pro Kelsey is complete. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Travis Kelsey, 38 yards. Now the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They're down 3 touchdowns to this point, needing to put something together as they have it 1st and 10. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Reggie Ragland. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. Mahomes now on 1st down. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. The former first-round pick Kareem Jackson there defensively. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. Now Mahomes. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Kareem Jackson. Watkins, the intended receiver. Well, Charles, while we have a moment, you know what we need to do here is give a nod to the new Hall of Famers who were brought into Canton and inducted on August the 3rd. Champ Bailey, Pat Bolin, Gil Brandt, Tony Gonzalez, Ty Law, Kevin Mawai, Ed Reed, and Johnny Robinson, all part of the class.
Fantastic class. When you talk about guys who played at a top level, obviously they're Hall of Famers. But what I found interesting about it is you've got a great pass catcher, the best pass-catching tight end in history, in Tony Gonzalez. How would he like to work against his secondary? Champ Bailey and Ty Law at corner, Ed Reed and Johnny Robinson at safety. Good luck trying to get open against those 4. What a matchup that would have been. But it was a terrific night for those gentlemen. Congratulations. And, of course, Ed Reed's bust will go down in history because they got the hair exactly right, and Ed had a ball up there in his Hall of Fame speech.
And remember, next year they're going to celebrate the centennial year of the NFL with a special class of 20, so get ready for those speeches.
I wonder if they'll do it like Johnny Robinson this year, who actually submitted a video instead of going up to the podium, and his speech was about 5 minutes long, which is probably about the right length.
Well, Charles, if you think so far the early part of the preseason, who has stood out? If you take a peek back at the draft, the first round, it was pretty defensively minded, but there were 3 quarterbacks taken. Kyler Murray 1st, Daniel Jones 6th, Dwayne Haskins 15th. Of those guys, they've looked pretty good.
I agree with you, Brandon. When you talk about those 3 quarterbacks, and you're right, the rest of the draft, we're talking about big linemen, right? We're talking about defensive players, not a lot of skilled players in the first round. But let's take the quarterbacks very quickly. Kyler Murray, by acclamation, went to Arizona. Everyone excited about it. And I think his team remains excited about his prospects. They're eager to see him play. He became the starter as soon as he was.
And he's taken down, a Chiefs sack. Chris Jones picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. They do snap it. Flacco now. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And this is going to be incomplete. A surprising move to go for it. Predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And the Chiefs will have the football back in excellent field position. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Duke Dawson picks it. Well, we got a second. We remind you that the Madden Championship Series is back and better than ever. August 30th through September 1st, you can watch the top Madden competitors face off in Arlington, Texas for a total prize pool of $190K. Tune in and watch it. Twitch.tv/EA Madden NFL, 2:30 p.m. Eastern, August 30th and 31st, and then 10:30 a.m. Eastern on September 1st to see if Skimbo can go back to back as a Madden Classic champion. And this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety. And the safety there, another mistake, and these mistakes just keep piling up.
How many more can they make? They put themselves in such a massive hole now. It's going to be difficult to dig out from under.
Yeah, for sure they can't afford anymore at this point. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. Mahomes will try again on 2nd down. He's going to look deep down the field. And that's caught inside the 35. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. A gain of 32 that time. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Then his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Kareem Jackson. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. They get the pick. Now what can Flacco do on 1st down? He'll find Lindsey here. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play. And it'll be 2nd and about a yard to go for the 1st. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Operating out of the gun, Flacco. Under pressure, and Flacco's going to be dropped. The offense going to stay out there. They've converted once, failed once. What can they do here on 4th down? Now Flacco. And now here is another interception. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And he'll be brought down around the 7-yard line. From their own 2, Charles, they opted to throw it instead of run it. We saw the outcome.
I think what a lot of teams count on is defenses to stack the line of scrimmage, trying to force a safety or force a turnover there. But if you've got a good defensive front, you just allow them to play the run, and everyone else stays ready. And they were, and they picked that one off.
They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal. To throw, it's Mahomes. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Get your backs to the goal line. I can hear my high school coach right now. This is when force meets force. Got to be physical in order to win this battle.
Yeah, that's where the physicality pays off. A nice job forcing the contact and forcing the incompletion.
Yeah, Coach Ford would have loved that play.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. The offense stays out there. A big challenge here from this far back, but they're going for it on 4th and goal. They'll go for it. It's Mahomes. Flushed out right. And he will score. Touchdown, Kansas City. Taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Chiefs use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. From the gun, it's Mahomes. And this is going to be caught. Well, not sure about the need to go for 2, but they get it and extend this lead out even further. Now after the touchdown, here's Bunker on to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. Well, pass complete here to Sanders. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco 1st down. We're back now in KC. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. 1st and 10, and Flacco looking to throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. And again, it's Flacco to throw. And that's complete to the tight end, Hireman.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he get a good head of steam going.
Throwing left side here, and it's complete. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground, and it's picked up by the Chiefs.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. but it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, you'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect. Fourth quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
Mahomes going to go on fourth down. And it's complete to Kelsey. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A big pickup of 12 yards on fourth down to keep this drive from stalling. Eluding the pressure right. He had a great move, but he'll still be stopped shy of midfield. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be second down.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on first down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable second and short.
And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not. Bradley Chubb able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon. After the sack, things get a little tougher here. Third and long for Mahomes and the Chiefs. Looking to throw is Mahomes. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Hill. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. That goes for a Chiefs first down, 14 yards. Mahomes now to throw. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. Von Miller picks up his second sack of the afternoon. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Escaping the pressure right. A breakdown defensively there as the scramble is going to set them up with a much more manageable third down. They go play fake. Mahomes. That's out to Hill, right side complete. And the tackle going to be made at the 41 as they stop him a few yards short of the first. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a fourth down. Throwing now is Mahomes. And it is incomplete. Andy Reid went for it, but it won't pan out. And the Broncos will take over on downs. Good starting field position for them as they come up first and 10.
Just like that. Check. Smooth. Coming, baby. I'm coming, baby. Woo! Check it out.
First and 10 here for Flacco. Left side here to Sanders. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. Hard to believe his first catch of the game defensively. They bottled him up. That's why they're well on their way to victory.
Put your best cover guy on him and then change the coverages behind him throughout the game. Brackets, double, zone, man, you name it. Make sure he gets a lot of angles.
On first down, Flacco. Wide open receiver complete. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. Passing play, Flacco. And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late, but he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Oh, it's a fake. They'll try and throw for it.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team, but I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. An incredibly short kick fielded way up there. And they'll be set up with good field position here as he gets this up over the 40-yard line.
Any return that gets you to midfield is a great return. 1 first down, and you're almost in field goal position.
Yellow.
Interesting, Mahomes wants to throw it. And going deep for Hill. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Kareem Jackson. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Emmanuel Sanders, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down. The Broncos on 3rd down. They're struggling. 0 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 9.
You're over here. You're over here.
One last gasp for Flacco. Got a man. He finds Sanders. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. Charles, we saw a lot of points go up in this one. Certainly defensively, stuff that they can look at on film, don't you think?
No doubt about it. And they've got to go back and check where the errors are, how they're going to fix them, and continue to get better at what they do. But they also need a little adjustment with their confidence. To give up that many points, even if you win a game, that can hurt you.
So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. The Chiefs victorious here, as we say.